Endeavor is expecting us to just accept this and be like, oh, this massive change, this is great, this is awesome, global expansion, WWE is getting bigger and bigger.
What?
Welcome to Wrestle Capsule. I'm B. Elise. Today we're going to be talking about the WWE Netflix shift and how WWE is making all these global moves more, Monday Night Raw, Smackdowns going international. While all this sounds all grand and good and it looks all great and is exciting, especially for the WWE universe, the WWE fans who are outside of America, there's so much craziness, so much wickedness, dare I say, that's going on in America. The stuff that America is facing right now, the chaos that is brewing right now, while WWE is going international this year. And I can probably read your thoughts and you probably like, those two, how do they even connect? I believe they connect, and I'm going to explain it to you in this video. First things first, before I really dive into the meat and the potatoes, I just want to talk about this SummerSlam 2026 announcement. This announcement has been out for a while. I'm late to the party, but what's weird to me is how early it is. Now, we've seen in the past where WWE has announced stuff a year in advance just to get people ready, just to get the buzz ready. Like, I get it, it's a business move, but 2026 though, SummerSlam 2026, it's gonna be in Minneapolis. I get it, to secure, a major revenue streams and all that stuff like that, just to lock it in. But it's 2020, they're doing it, they did it in 2024. Like, they announced this in 2024, not this year, last year. And the crazy part is it's going to be a 2-night event.
Why?
And that bothers me. And the reason why it bothers me is because WrestleMania has been the premium live event that's been known to have 2 nights. It's the grandest stage of them all. It's the big one. It's the big premium live event that every WWE wrestling fan looks forward to. It's special. So now we're starting to see, SummerSlam, 2 nights, Royal Rumble, gonna be 2 nights probably. It's just taking something away from WrestleMania. And quite frankly, I feel like Endeavor is getting a little greedy, and I get it. Endeavor, you want to get back all your $9 billion that you didn't spend on this company. I understand. Another thing that I also want to mention when it comes to SummerSlam, being 2 nights, just more premium live events. The core 4 possibly becoming 2 nights. It looks messy. And what I mean by that is because we all know that AEW normally does their I almost said their premium live events, their pay-per-views on Sunday. That's their night. That's their day. They didn't block that off. WWE, normally they do their premium live events on Saturday, and then AEW does their pay-per-views on Sunday. But with this 2-night thing going on, because you're cutting into AEW stuff. It looks so shmeshy. I don't watch AEW anymore because I can't sit through 2 hours of Dynamite. I can't do it. I tried a couple months ago. I tried to stomach Dynamite on a Wednesday night, random Wednesday night, and I regretted it. The same stuff that I was talking to you guys about in my last AEW video that I did on this channel, nothing's changed. The storylines are still, there's still 1,000 belts. It's Tony Khan still don't know what he's doing. So I'm like, why should I even watch this? So I regretted it. But point I'm trying to make, the reason why I'm bringing up AEW is AEW's viewership is plummeting. Okay, they're holding on for dear life, and for WWE to still see AEW as a threat is crazy to me. Let me move into the meat and potatoes of this video. Why I'm making this video in the first place. We all know that WWE announced that Raw and Smackdown are going international this year, and we get it. WWE is in the business of expanding globally, expand their presence to reach more of their fans that are outside of America. And it's not to say that WWE wasn't doing that before with their premium live events in other countries. I watched countless press conferences after different premium live events where Triple H was sitting there being interviewed and talking about how he wants WWE to grow. Like, WWE wants to grow even more and reach more fans and go to different places and be global. Like, Triple H has always had that in his mind even before Endeavor bought WWE. So this is that part's not new. But with Raw and Smackdown weekly shows starting to go international, that's a whole different story. That's huge. With more international events for weekly programming, like, huge. And from the outside, without knowing the stuff that I know, if I took all that aside, like, I would be excited about this. This would be awesome. This would be such great news. With Raw and SmackDown going international, it's weird because it is very, I don't want to say the word convenient, but the math is mathing in this instance because there is so much tension in America right now. And the presidential election, the Republicans, the Democrats, them being at odds with one another, people acting like little children on TikTok crying and throwing fits.
I'm sorry! No! Why?
Threatening to unalive people. It's just very toxic and very just evil and wicked. And there's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes when it comes to America with this government that we're under. It's so freaking wicked, and they're doing stuff, they're making it seem like they're doing it for our interests, but in actuality it's for our detriment. And eventually I'm going to do a video about that. But the point that I'm making right now is it's so interesting that Raw and SmackDown are going international this year. I think they're saying like starting in what, March or so? I'm gonna have to double check my sources, but they're gonna be going international with these weekly programming in the midst of the craziness after the inauguration. It sounds so calculated because of the BS that's going on in America right now. Like, we are not one. We've never been one, but we're really not one. We are very not together on it. Like, we should even be called the United States right now. We are the separated states that just happen to be next to each other. Like, there's no unity in this country. And I really do believe that after the inauguration, there's going to be some stuff that's going to be brewing. I'm hearing things about people trying to unalive Trump and, CIA hiring people to do this. Like, when I tell you it's wicked, it's so freaking wicked. And I am a firm believer. People will call me, oh, you're a conspiracy theorist. Oh, you just think everyone's out to get the world. Everything's out enemy, Satan, all stuff like that. You're so pessimistic. Conspiracy theories are just 6 months foretelling. Like, it's just 6 month spoilers. I feel like Endeavor is trying to escape the mayhem, escape the ensued craziness that's about to happen, the civil unrest that these news outlets are talking about. They're saying that things are brewing between, the leftists and the right, and there's this civil unrest that's gonna happen when Trump assumes office and inauguration is going this. Like, they're just all this speculation. Yes, it is to cause people to have fear and to be anxious and to feel unsafe, but this is not just out of nowhere. It's hidden in plain sight. They're saying this stuff because something is brewing. Something is going to happen. And it might not happen on the inauguration day. It might happen a couple days later, a couple weeks later, even maybe a couple months later, but they're brewing something. I'm seeing it everywhere. They don't just put stuff out there, Sometimes there is some truth to the crap that these fake news outlets put out. WWE is like, yeah, we're gonna go global. Raw and SmackDown's gonna go global. Weekly show, yay, this is awesome. I just see right through the BS. I just see it. I see right through it. I know what you're doing, Endeavor. Yay, slick. You try and keep your coin and go to your fans outside of America while America burns, while America goes up in mayhem, okay? And honestly, this WWE Netflix partnership, I was not excited about it at all. It felt weird, especially after I saw that Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, that and the whole fiasco with Netflix not working. Like, after I watched it, I was like, okay. And then we're gonna have Raw on this thing, like it's gonna be, glitching and stuff. Like, how is this gonna work? I was very iffy about it. This major shift in this year of 2025, like I said, it's just looking weird. And now I'm hearing that Raw, SmackDown, and NXT are eventually all going to move to Netflix. We already have Raw on Netflix, but SmackDown and NXT, once they're done with their CW and USA contracts, that they're going to be moving to Netflix. Rumors, I don't know how true it is, but it's swirling around. It's swirling around. Sometimes these wrestling news outlets be lying through their teeth, but other times they be having the scoop. So you could just take that for face value. But the fact that that's even a possibility on the table, Netflix is very much global. A lot of countries have access to that platform. And then I'm seeing, because guys, if you ever see me look down, I'm looking at my notes, like Netflix has added the WWE Raw Vault, the WWE SmackDown Vault, and the WWE NXT Vault. So it's basically just curated archives of all of the episodes. They're putting it on Netflix. So even though NXT and SmackDown aren't on Netflix, their old episodes are, which makes me think even more that eventually all three of those shows are going to be on Netflix at some point, which means Peacock eventually, bye-bye with that contract, do throw the deuces, out with the old, in with the new. Endeavor is expecting us to just accept this and be like, oh, this massive change, this is great, this is awesome, global expansion, WWE's getting bigger and bigger. Yeah, this is a heck of a time for you to go global and get bigger and bigger in the midst of all this tension and civil unrest is brewing in America. WWE is an American company. They are going to be having shows here and there in America, but they're going to other countries. What the frick is going to be happening in 2025? What is going to be going on in America while, WWE is off doing their thing with Raw and SmackDown? What? It makes you think. And like I said before, WWE is an American company. Yes, it's this World Wrestling Entertainment, but it started in America. And they're having to go on the road. Wow. Away from America, where all this chaos is going to be happening in America. What about their families? What about how they, it's especially a lot of these WWE superstars, their homes are here, It's just so freaked up. They just have to go on the road and work and grind and entertain these international fans while the tomfoolery BS happens here in America. Like, it just looks so bad no matter what side I look at it. It just looks bad. And I'm probably the only wrestling content creator on this platform that is talking about wrestling, pro wrestling, and tying it into, major world events. No one's talking about this. No one's talking about these civil unrests, the brewing between Americans. No one's talking about this UFO sightings and their possible threats. No one's talking about these political shifts and how they are affecting the product in which we watch, because people aren't seeing it, but it is. If you look, and this is the problem with some of these wrestling fans, they all they care about is wrestling. And yeah, you can watch pro wrestling and enjoy it, and I know it's a great pastime, yada yada yada, but it's also a distraction. It also can be a distraction if you let it, when you're all consumed with just watching wrestling. And granted, like I said, I am a wrestling fan. I'm not like saying, oh, you know, watching wrestling. But what I'm saying is, if you're ignoring the signs around you, if you're ignoring the news, if you're ignoring what's going on in today in your own country, you are gonna be lost in the sauce. And you're gonna be wondering why all this crap is happening, because you're not paying attention, and you won't be able to see the correlation between the moves that Endeavor is having WWE do to what is actually going on in America right now. You're not gonna see it if you're not paying attention. It just bothers me, and it just really irritates me, because it's making me see Endeavor for the company that it actually is. Like, get it, your business, but the media, like I said before, media is wrestling, just entertainment in general, can be such a distraction from what is actually happening in your life. But the fact that WWE is pivoting to Netflix, and not only pivoting to Netflix, but pivoting to their weekly programming, going international this year for international stability, to minimize financial setbacks. It's messy. It point blank messy. It really does look like WWE is bracing for the chaos. Just bracing. They're like, okay, we gotta make sure that we secure our bag in these other countries, because America is about to get after right now. There's about to be some stuff that's about to happen, and we gotta make sure that we right. And like I said before, I get it, it's a business, but when your bottom line is so big and in your fans' faces, especially those who are privy to what is going on in the world right now, the spiritual wickedness in high places. As I watch the product now, all I see, yes, I see the matches, yes, I see the storylines, but what I'm also seeing is more and more advertising. Borderline racist.
I'm going to bed.
I see what they're doing. I get it. You market to your demographic. When that is bigger than the product, like that screams louder to me. That screams louder to me. And in the same breath, I can talk about Netflix, the first episode of Raw on Netflix. I saw so many companies on the mat. There's so much advertising. It's crazy, because I would talk crap about AEW doing that. They were doing it on the ring skirts. They were doing it on the mat. And I'm just like, okay, we get it. Freaking Endeavor trying to get that $9 bill back. Endeavor buying WWE. Like, they're just in bed with anyone who is going to be giving them that money. And it shows. It shows. It is just looking less and less like the WWE that I fell in love with. And I will say this, like, I know WWE has had sponsors in the past and stuff like that, and promoting different companies and products. Like, there's nothing wrong with that, but it's just so prevalent now in this new WWE. And I can see Ari Emanuel's heavy influence on WWE's direction, where it's just like leading profits high in the midst of all this chaos. I'm not trying to put Vince McMahon on a pedestal, because he's done some shiesty, freaked up stuff when he was ahead of WWE. I'm not gonna put him in no sort of positive light. There's another thing that really, really pissed me off when it comes to WWE is California right now with these wildfires. Raw debuted on Netflix January 6th on a Monday, right? In Los Angeles, right? So excited. This is a big monumental moment in WWE. This is a new era. Everyone's talking about, oh, it's Netflix era.
Stop it.
Everything is an era at this point. And the next day, on the 7th, is when the fires started. The wildfires started. people losing their homes, people losing their brick and mortar businesses, some people losing their lives, people having to be uprooted from their homes. And I'm not even talking about celebrities. I'm talking about regular Janes and Joes being heavily impacted by these horrible wildfires. And they are vast and it's spreading. The same week that it happened, when are they going to mention this? And then I had to go on Instagram to see that, oh, they're talking about, Red Cross and, donating. With WWE, the next Monday Night Raw on Netflix coming back, like being in California, this time they're in San Jose, and they have CM Punk come out to say something about the fires.
But wait, there's more.
I would have preferred someone like, I don't know, Triple H to come out. I mean, Triple H comes out for every other big thing to make an announcement or something like that. I feel like it would have been better if, he would have came out. But you have a superstar, you have CM Punk come out and talk about it. And it was just such in passing. Such a, let me check this off my list. And I'm not coming at CM Punk. These wildfires are happening. You were just there last week. These are your fans.
Unacceptable!
So guys, I do want to know what you guys think about all the stuff that I was talking about today. Like, I really want to hear your comments. Do you think that WWE's moves are strategic in the midst of what is to come, the future of America? Or do you think this is just a business move? This is just business as usual. Like, let me know in the comments down below. Without the Most High leading you, point blank period, you're not going to be prepared. You're not going to know how to move. And honestly, I do want to say, we can't be entertained all the time. It's great. It's nice every once in a while, to have a pastime and take a breather. Like, life is hard, especially with everything that's going on in America right now. I get it. You want to watch something that's fun. You want to watch something that'll keep you entertained. You want to enjoy yourself. You want to kick back and just not think about the freaked upness in our lives. But like I said earlier in this video, if we don't really take a look at the world around us, we are going to be lost in the sauce. Stay informed. Stay or even become prayerful. We've got to watch and pray. Pray for direction. Pray for protection. Pray for guidance. Because WWE ain't going to save you. Endeavor ain't going to save you. These news outlets and fake news ain't going to save you. These politics, these presidents, this government, the wicked government is not going to save you. These people on social media, they have these huge followings. And they talk about this, that, and the third. Who you idolize, they're not going to save you. Only the Most High is going to save you. You can have all this information about what's going on around us, about the wickedness of the government, about what these entertainment industry companies are doing. The fake news is talking about the lies they're trying to hide with these wildfires in Los Angeles and these drones. Government in California turning their head and not preparing for the, like, you can look at all this stuff and dig deep and find out more things. But if you do not have the Most High on your side, what is all that information for? Guys, like I said before, let me know in the comments down below what you think about all the stuff I've talked about. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you've made it all the way to the end of this video, you are a trooper for sure. If you've made it this far in the video, I want you to put a fire emoji in the comments down below, so when I see that, I'll know that you have watched the entire video. Thank you guys so much for watching.